Hello, everyone. You're listening to Voices of Science, echoes from the life science experts by Rx Propellant. This is a podcast series which features key figures shaping the life science ecosystems in India with a focus on the technical and infrastructural needs of the life science community, investments, and environmental policies and considerations. I'm your host, Satish Chris Ragoo. In today's episode, we are proud to feature Dr. Chandrashekaran Siddamadappa, Chairman and CEO of Vipragen Biosciences Private Limited. We'll be discussing the need for a cohesive ecosystem to nurture life science startups in India. It's great to have you with us today, Dr. Chandrashekaran. Let's start by getting to know you better. Can you share a brief introduction of your profile with us, please?
Thank you, Satesh. Thank you for this opportunity. Myself, Chandrashekaran, I did my biochemistry MS and joined a company called Bangalore Geni in 1990. Worked for this company for almost 13 long years. A very interesting thing about Bangalore Geni is Bangalore Geni was incubated in a research center. Now it's called AstraZeneca. And Astra Research Center was working very closely with University of Science. Working for Bangalore Gina, I did PhD from University of Science. I mean, that ecosystem has actually made me to really realize that, something can be started, something can be made viable enterprise. So that's like kind of my starting point of becoming an entrepreneur.
Wow, such an impressive story. And since the COVID 19 pandemic, many life science startups have germinated, and some have seen great strides in the past year. Can you share some insights from your extensive experience as a founder of startups?
That's right, Satesh. No, see, I think my experience starting a company, my first company was Enzene Biosciences. In fact, I started this company in 2007. Uh, and this company was a R&D company, which was kind of developing the complete technology platform to develop the biosimilar development. And in fact, that point of time, we were long back, I'm talking about, we didn't have that kind of luxury of like in a lot of incubators where we can go and incubate. So it was a really challenging for me to start Engine without too much of investments. And I had to bring in some revenue model early on to sustain the company. And fortunately, with DBT support, I got a Sibri project and then worked with pharma companies. And then the company grew well, and I was able to develop several molecules. And one of the pharma companies, Alchem Laboratories, has shown interest in taking the stake in Engine, and that's how we have kind of did the strategic partnership with Alchem and work with them for almost 10 years, taking some of these molecules. Now you see, Enzene Biosciences is part of completely 100% subsidiary of Alchem, and now I'm very happy to say that they've taken 4 or 5 molecules to commercial stage, and this is one of the vibrant biopharma company. I think I never kind of anticipated this journey of Enzene, starting as a very small setup. Now is one of the top 10 biopharma company in India. Entrepreneurship is all about struggling and not giving up and taking it forward. So I think that was my very interesting journey. Becoming an entrepreneur from the completely. I was a scientist. I don't come from any business background, so it was very interesting experience for me to number one, starting this company. Number two, taking it to the level of exit. And number three, most importantly, taking some of these molecules all the way from development to preclinical to clinical stage. I think that's a huge experience, and that's when I started another company while working with Alchem. Is that Vipragen preclinical drug discovery company, which I'm leading now. Meantime, I've the first company which I was working with, that company was bought over by Merck Life Sciences. So Merck wanted to divest that business, and I bought that company, Merck Life Sciences, and I ran it for 5 years, and taken this and recently exited this company to Mr. Daftari Group in Mumbai, a company called Rivara Labs. So, coming back to my third company, which I am leading now, a company called Vipragen Biosciences, situated in Mysore. This is kind of interesting journey for me. It's almost 10 years now. Now we have struggled a lot being in Mysore, setting it up. Now we are one of the top 20 preclinical CRO. We have end-to-end preclinical services. We work with top pharmaceutical industries, and also we work with several in India as well as outside. So this is the company which I'm looking at scaling up. We are at a stage of scaling it up. So this is my entrepreneurial journey of 17, 18 years. Very interesting. At the same time, I could also see happy that things have worked out. First two companies I was able to exit.
Let's delve a bit into the life science startup physical environment. From your experience, how important is the accessibility to cost efficient research and analytical facilities for young companies?
This is very interesting question, Satish. This is, in fact, when I started my first company, there was nothing like incubator concept. And of course, even it was there, it was so difficult to get in and start anything. I think the government of India and several state governments made extraordinary effort in setting up. uh, I think I feel that the one of the important things for startups is that uh, availability of infrastructure, kind of creating some kind of ecosystem for market reach, also making sure that some of these scalable startups are funded at the right time, and doing it funding at right time for some of these scalable startups are very important. And also, I think if this ecosystem brings in some kind of strategic partnership, maybe with MSME and medium-sized companies where they've already established some kind of capabilities in terms of market reach and manufacturing. And these startups, this ecosystem can be very useful.
As we address the support needed for growth and development, can you share your thoughts on the role of building consortia to ensure successful scaling up of startups?
I think this is very interesting, Satish. I think we do have some consortia. We do have associations like ABLE, which is doing excellent job in terms of bringing bigger companies and trying to address the regulatory requirements and for the biotech startups. But we always felt that there was a need to have some kind of startup consortium. That's where I think we have started. Some of us like-minded people have started some kind of association called iBiome. It is the Indian Biotech MSME Association. It's a foundation basically. This is actually brings in uh, some kind of a startup ecosystem where there is a clear cut crosstalk between if you see it, there are almost 3 to 4,000 startup companies at different with different sectors, different capabilities, different technologies, different product lines, and those kind of things. Some of them actually have started one single technology and single product. It's very difficult to scale them up. In that context, we are actually looking at, how do we bring some of these startup companies and make them bring some kind of strategic partner. It can be, need not be a very big company. No, it can be a SME or medium-sized company where they can work with them and then scale up and work with them.
Your company, Vipragen, while young, has already established working relationships with reputable brands in the US and UK while securing patents and recognition for your work. Can you share a few words on your initiatives to address the current gap in incubators?
That's very interesting. See, my effort also is being, for example, we talk about, we have not discovered any new molecules, new drugs has not, in no new drug has come from India. So we talk about all those things, and if you see it, so we are the, in fact, one of the best capabilities in terms of chemistry. We have our biology knowledge and capabilities are fantastic, and also we have preclinical and clinical capabilities, and we are 1.3 billion people. So I think some of us, some reason, we are not able to work together to create some kind of discovery ecosystem. And once we have the lead molecules, how do we take them very, very effectively to, lead identification and lead optimization stage, all the way up to IND, and also take it to the next level. So my effort is that, if we can bring in like-minded people who are like, some partnership, one from chemistry, one from preclinicals and clinicals, and also some kind of discovery. As we speak, we have licensed a molecule from National University of Singapore, and we are that molecule is very close to IND submission. So I think we have capabilities. I think we need to create some kind of ecosystem where we drive some of these and also we have bright minds and with rich experience in discovery, development, all the way to clinical stage. The big pharma companies are thinking towards discovery and development as well. I think that is an opportunity uh, for us to encash and then create this ecosystem. I think I'm already in talks with two, three like-minded partners to take it forward.
Dr. Chandrasekhar, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your great insights on the current startup ecosystem in India. And thank you for listening, everyone. To know more about today's episode, please check out our description below or visit our website www.rxpropellant.in. Do join us again for another episode of Voices of Science by RX Propellant.